The late morning sunlight didn't just touch the glass windows of La Moravia. It seemed to drown the restaurant in liquid gold. It was a place where the air itself smelled of old money, expensive perfume, and the quiet, comfortable power of the elite. But the atmosphere shifted, heavy and cold, the moment Aurelio Santoro walked through the doors. To the world, he was a titan of industry, a billionaire known for ruthless decisions and a heart encased in ice. He moved with an air of superiority, his tailored suit catching the light as if demanding the sun's attention. He believed that every soul had a price tag, and that respect was something you bought, not earned. But as he took his seat, ignoring the nervous whispers of the staff, he had no idea that he was walking toward a lesson that no amount of wealth could ever purchase. At the far end of the room stood Marcella. To a passerby, she was just another waitress in a crisp uniform, blending into the background. But if you looked closer, into eyes that held a calm, ancient determination, you would see a warrior. She wasn't just carrying trays, she was carrying the weight of a sick mother's medical bills and a younger brother's future on shoulders far too young for such burdens. She believed dignity wasn't something you displayed loudly like a watch. It was something you endured with. Fate, however, has a funny way of arranging meetings. As Marcella approached Aurelio's table, she didn't know she was walking into a collision that would reopen wounds she had spent a lifetime trying to heal. Before we continue to see how this tense moment unfolds, if you believe in second chances and the power of humility, please take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And tell us in the comments where you're watching from. We love seeing our community join us from all around the world. Aurelio didn't even lift his eyes to the menu. He leaned back, his gaze feeling more like a verdict than a glance. With a dismissive wave of his hand, he began to speak, not in the English of business, but in Spanish. He used his mother tongue like a whip, mocking her intelligence, laughing at her standing, assuming her silence was ignorance. He spoke as though she were invisible, a fixture in the room with no value beyond serving a plate. He thought language was a wall he could hide behind, to belittle her without consequence. Marcella's hands tightened around her notepad until her knuckles turned white. She understood every single syllable. Every insult landed on a heart already bruised by life's hardships, yet she stood still. True strength isn't about how fast you react. It's about how long you can hold your composure when the world tries to break you. She remembered the long nights helping her mother navigate a foreign world, the pride in her heritage, and the struggle to survive. When she finally stepped forward, the air in the room seemed to freeze. She didn't shout. She didn't cry. She simply replied in flawless, elegant Spanish. Her voice was steady, cutting through the restaurant's murmur like a diamond through glass. She addressed him with a poise that was terrifyingly calm. The silence that followed was deafening. The arrogance drained from Aurelio's face instantly, replaced by a cold wash of shame. He hadn't just been outsmarted. He had been outclassed by someone he deemed beneath him. In her voice, he didn't just hear a waitress. He heard the echo of his own grandmother, a memory from a time before greed erased his roots. He spent the rest of that meal watching her, not with judgment, but with awe. He saw her kindness to the elderly, her patience with the nervous. It broke him. It peeled back the layers of his ego to reveal the empty man underneath. When he finally stood up, he wasn't the billionaire anymore. He was just a man. He walked to where she was cleaning, and in a voice trembling with sincerity, he apologized in the language they shared. A nod was exchanged. A bridge was built. Aurelio walked out of those golden doors poorer in pride, but richer in spirit. He learned that you can wear the most expensive suit in the world and still be the smallest person in the room. True class isn't about what you have in the bank. It's about how you treat those who can do nothing for you. Marcella showed us that dignity is a language everyone understands, even if they've forgotten how to speak it. So, I have to leave you with this question. If someone treated you the way Aurelio treated her, would you have reacted with anger, or would you have had the grace to kill them with kindness? Let us know in the comments below.